This video is going to showcase what a potential lesson will look like. Now for this example lesson, I threw in all of the different components that we've talked about. So in your lesson, there's going to be things that you need to have, such as the introduction, the activating strategy, some sort of content, and then some sort of formative assessment most likely. These are the things that you have to have. I'm just using this as an example to showcase what it could look like if you included all of the different things in here. So just keep in mind that you don't have to have every different kind of assessment type thrown into your courses. All right, so first in this lesson, I have my introduce page. All right, so I'm anticipating the students will look at it for a minute. It just has a quick synopsis of whatever the lesson's about. It lists the essential question and the key vocabulary. Now I also have attached a guided note sheet that students could use as they're going through this lesson. So if you use guided notes with your students, you could give them an attached document where they can fill in their own notes if they choose, or you could give them the opportunity, just remind them they could print it out or copy it onto a separate piece of paper, and then your guided notes will potentially help them figure out how to use the real estate space on their notebook paper to be able to fill in for going through this lesson. Next, we have our activate. This is just some sort of activating strategy where students are going to do something just to kind of jar their memory or hook them into the lesson. All right, after my activating strategy, I go into the content, and in this case, I just have it labeled learn, and I have whatever the topic of my content is for right now. After this, I strategically put in an attendance check-in that will be going for the first week. So in this case, what that looks like is it's just labeled, I'm in Unit 1, Lesson 1 right now, attendance check-in. It's just a 1 or 2 question, very basic level question, just to see if students are actually going through and reading and doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right, if my lesson's a little bit longer, I might have to spread out 2 attendance check-ins within the same lesson. But right now, this lesson, I'm just anticipating that students would take 1 day to complete. All right, then I'm going to break off and I'm going to do a new piece of content that's related to this lesson. So I might have a short 5-minute video that goes into, in this case, key elements of instruction review. After the students would watch the video, they would have to create something. So they're going to create a reflection. All right, then we have our another page where they're going to be learning about something. After they learn, they're going to be doing a short assessment. So this would be something that's actually considered a formative assessment and goes into the assessment category of their gradebook. And then once again, we're learning a little bit more. And then after they learn, I have my students sharing. And as you can see, I have this set up as a discussion. All right. And then just to throw in another area here, I am allowing the students to fill out an online form for doing some self-reflection on how they did with the lesson. So the reflect doesn't need to be included in every lesson, but it could be useful, especially when you're trying something different to get feedback from the kids, or just have them take a break and develop some metacognition and understand how they feel they're doing since they're working kind of on their own. All right, so hopefully this gives you a nice overview of what the lessons could look like. And if you have any questions about this, we will be working with you as you're building these lessons.